Hi there. Welcome to a new series I'm putting out on YouTube. Pretty lo-fi, low tech. It's hard for me to be high tech. This gonna be called "For the Love of Bob," and it's primarily put together because of my love of Bob Dylan and all the over the years, all the songs I've covered of Bob's. Going back as long as I can remember playing music, I've been playing songs by Bob, and I remember some of my earliest memories sitting on a stool in my room playing "It Ain't Me, Babe" as probably one of my early ones. Perhaps even "Blowing in the Wind" when I first picked up a guitar, one of the most covered Bob Dylan songs ever. And there's no peers in songwriting that would match Bob's output as far as other artists covering his material. I think when we look back, every genre of music in the past, 50, 60 years has been covering songs by Dylan. Artists as diverse as metal artists like Ministry and Judas Priest, and punk artists like The Clash, all the way through to the folk and country artists throughout the years, going back to the Kingston Trio, Peter, Paul, and Mary, Joan Baez, of course, and many, many others have covered Bob. And even the bizarre ones like the prog rock artists, which you would never expect to be doing Bob Dylan songs. Yes, start out their career doing Bob Dylan covers. Also, artists like Emerson, Lake, and Palmer have covered Bob Dylan songs. It's quite amazing, and some of the greatest covers of Bob Dylan songs have become staples in our popular listening experience. Artists such as Jimi Hendrix doing "All Along the Watchtower," which he basically made it his own tune. I grew up listening to Hendrix, his live album from Monterey, covering "Like a Rolling Stone," and so those are big moments for me. Also, as I moved on through the years, Guns N' Roses doing "Knocking on Heaven's Door," artists like Adele, Billy Joel, Garth Brooks covering "To Make You Feel My Love." They became part of the mainstream uh, in ways that, in genres perhaps that Bob Dylan might never have hit himself. Um, but yeah, it's quite remarkable. Some of my early blues heroes in blues music, Taj Mahal, Buddy Guy, Paul Butterfield, also were covering Dylan songs in their careers. Um, it's quite amazing when you think about it, the the influence that he's had, and also to not just on mainstream music and even recorded music, but for someone like myself who's played around 5,000 live shows, and artists like myself who have just been out playing clubs their whole life, the amount of Bob Dylan material that they've covered and I've covered is quite amazing. But the songs are special. The writer is special. The words go beyond the artist himself and find their ways to feel like you have written that song or that song was written for you. I know all the songs that I've covered by Dylan over the years feel like Bob wrote them for me. It felt like he was following me around in my life, writing songs for me. The visuals are things that I could attach my own life to, and I think that's the same with the average listener too. People can relate to those words in a real human way, and you know, I'd like to do one of these. I'm going to do like a Bob Dylan song once a week and just release it out there. It's just kind of a tribute to Bob. It's also just something I've wanted to do for many years. And I have a friend right now who just had some major surgery, and I'm kind of was inspired to do this at this point in time because I know she's kind of laid up and might want to hear some music. So it felt like a good a time as any. So this podcast goes out to Meg Shoebrook, my good friend, and I hope she's doing well. And yeah, so I'm gonna start out with one of my favorites off of an album called "Time Out of Mind," which was a later in Bob's catalog and later in the catalog. And I think this was his greatest album. My reasons for thinking so are that I find that writers get better as they get older. There's a feeling in what you write uh, um, as you mature and get older that you can't write when you're younger. Sometimes writing when you're younger is a little adventure. It's fun. It's a great outlet for creative people. But when you get old, it starts to get real, and I don't think Bob Dylan was any different in that. There's a realness that happens in your writing as you age that encompasses more of the life experience. And this song is no different. Some of the lines in there that I've always related to were the lines about people on the platforms waiting on a train. I can feel their hearts are beating like pendulums in the rain, and that reminds me of my growing up in Toronto area and being on subways and trains a lot. Uh, I can just it takes me back to just standing on a platform waiting on a train, and you can just visualize it. Your heart's beating, you're going somewhere, you're meeting someone. There's a lot of excitement attached to a very simple little lyric, but also the later on in the lines in that song, um, I was riding in a buggy with Miss Mary Jane. Miss Mary Jane's got a house in Baltimore. And she says, I've been all around the world, boys, now trying to get to heaven before they close the doors. And that just reminds me of some of those old westerns that I used to watch as a kid with Katharine Hepburn or John Wayne or folks like that. And again, just takes you back to a time. And I find that Bob's music does that. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this. This is just going to be an ongoing thing. Talking is never something I do well, but I thought I'd give you a little insight into why I'm doing this, and hope you enjoy it. Cheers. This is trying to get to heaven before they close the doors. The air is getting hotter. There's a rumbling in the sky. I've been wading through the high muddy water, heat rising in my eyes. Every day your memory grows dimmer. It doesn't haunt me like it did before. I've been walking through the middle of nowhere, trying to get to heaven before they close the doors. When I was in Missouri, they would not let me be. I had to leave there in a hurry. I only saw what they let me see. You broke a heart that loves you. Now you can seal up that book and not write anymore. I've been walking this lonesome valley, trying to get to heaven before they close the door. People on the platforms waiting for the trains. I can feel their hearts a beating like pendulums swinging on a chain. When you think that you've lost everything, you find out you can always lose a little more. I've been walking the middle of nowhere, trying to get to heaven before they close the door. I'm going down the river, down to New Orleans. They tell me everything is gonna be alright, but I don't know what alright even means. I was riding in a buggy with Miss Mary Jane. Miss Mary Jane's got a house in Baltimore, and she says, I've been all around the world, boys. Now I'm trying to get to heaven before they close the doors. I'm gonna sleep down in the parlor and relive my dreams. I close my eyes and I wonder if everything is as hollow as it seems. Some trains don't pull no gamblers, no midnight ramblers like they did before. I've been to Sugar Town, I shook the sugar down. Now I'm trying to get to heaven before they close the doors. Trying to get to heaven before they close the doors. And that was Trying to Get to Heaven by Bob Dylan off the Time on a Mind album. The song was covered by quite a few people, like I mentioned, I think. David Bowie, Joan Osborne, Lucinda Williams. Thanks again for listening. I'm going to be doing this once a week. Probably be doing... start out with songs that I've been playing for many years live, which will probably get me through the next few years of doing this. I'd like to keep doing it every Sunday, give you something to listen to. And while you're here checking this out, you can also check out other music that's on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. I appreciate it very much. There's a lot of my own stuff there, and hopefully enjoy that. And have a great day. And I will be looking forward to seeing you in a week.